Alright, folks. So, I did actually play not too long ago, like a few days ago, just to kind of see how rusty I am. And I'm quite rusty. uh, so, got my acoustic guitar here. I typically play mostly acoustic. I actually do, well, I do have a few electric guitars, but nothing too fancy. I typically play my acoustic. It's actually technically a little better finger exercise because the strings are quite a bit thicker and harder to push down. So I guess it can cause some difficulties in playing for, if you're someone who hasn't really had much experience in playing. So, I thought I'd show you guys a few licks that I came up with years ago. So none of these are actually things that are directly, anyone else's. These are actually my own. So there was one, something I came up with years ago. I was watching The Wizard of Oz and thinking about the scene. They're going through the forest, and it's a little spooky. I think it was actually the scene that supposedly there was someone that had committed suicide in the background. So it was sort of like that's where my mind was at the time. It was like eerie. So, basically, it's a fairly simple lick, but I play it for you guys. Sounds like this, and hopefully hopefully I don't screw it up. So, pretty simple though. It's a, yep, nope, I screwed that up. Yeah, okay, sorry. So I'm gonna keep this in just to show you. Again, I am quite rusty at this. So, yeah, I actually. I'm gonna edit it. Alright, so this is how the riff goes. So just kind of continues from there. So that's kind of one of the more sort of haunting licks that I did. So it's basically the way that is played. So it's kind of this sort of chord shape. Let me kind of hold this up here where I'm on the the 8th fret. So it's kind of this sort of is it B sharp minor? So that's a C minor. Yeah, so like a C minor chord but with that open E at the very bottom, not fretted, it kind of gives it that sort of eerie, sort of off-kilter sound to it. And it kind of switches over to was it A minor, and then again with that open E, then goes to, that's not A minor, that's a D minor, sorry. Then this is the A sharp. So anyway, basically the 6th fret here on the low note, on the low E, and then everything else is kind of the minor chord on the 5th fret of the 5th string with that open E again. Yeah, so that's kind of the first riff that I wanted to show you. Another one is a bit of a variation on a fairly obscure Black Sabbath song. It's an Ozzy Years Black Sabbath song. Oh, by the way, the right hand for that previous riff was pretty much just playing down the strings and then back up. So, relatively simple, simple picking pattern. In case you haven't noticed, I do use my fingers. I do play fingerstyle. I suck at using a pick. I've tried many times, and I just can't feel where the strings are when I try playing. So, as a general rule, I typically play fingerstyle. If this is something that you guys want me to explore later on, I can go through some of my different techniques that I use and let you know where I am. What I do to play. So the other riff that I have that I wanted to show you is another one that I came up with. It's gonna be tricky to show both of these at the same time. So the picking pattern is gonna be where I go just like before with the other one, where I play the D string, then G, B, E, then back to B, G, D, and then the open E. So, but I'm going to go ahead and fret this up. I am on the 2nd fret of the D string here, so not D, but 2nd fret, and then the next string on the B string, I have I'm off here. The D string, 2nd fret, G string, 4th fret, which basically gives you that B. So you have that sort of, that doubling sort of effect where you have the 2 strings playing the same note, and then that open E on the bottom. So it kind of sounds like this. So as I said, I just play it down, and the open E. I switch to the open D and 2nd fret on the E string. I switched to the 3rd fret on the A string, and then the 3rd fret on the E string. And then a little bit of a stretch. So if you're not used to stretching your pinky, that's still going to be on that same fret, that same 4th fret on the G string to play that B. And my index finger and my middle finger are playing the 2nd fret on the A string and the E string. So then I played this open E, and then just kind of continue from the beginning. So kind of sounds like this if you as you're playing. So. So I try to do that a little bit too. Is a little fancy thing where I have the then rather than playing the 2nd fret again, I slide up to the 3rd fret with my middle finger. And I try to slide. So it's kind of that sort of effect. Again, you know, my hands are way out of practice, so I mentioned in my driving video that my when you play guitar, you sort of develop calluses on your finger and on your fingers, and those are kind of not there as much anymore. So this does actually hurt a little bit, but hey, you know, it's all a sacrifice for the art. So those are kind of a few of the riffs that I played that I wrote back in the day. If you want, I can see if I can host some tabs for you, and that way it's easier to see. I know that a lot of times actually seeing someone play the guitar, it's kind of tricky to do, to figure out what they're doing without actually seeing some sort of notation. And if you leave a comment, share, subscribe, all that stuff, leave a comment and see. Let me know if you want me to put out some tabs for these. Again, they're not too complicated, but still, it's kind of fun tonight to see that. So, like, share, comment, subscribe, ring the bell icon, and get notifications. And I hope to talk to you soon.